Okay, everybody, some tips for the Khan Academy tonight. You're going to have three things to do. One is least common multiple. So remember, least common multiple is when you have two or more numbers. So in this case, let's do 8 and 12. Okay, you're going to list multiples of those numbers until you find the first one that appears in both lists. So for 8 and 12, you'd have 8, 16, 24, and then hopefully at that point you say, you know what, I know 24 is also going to be on the list for the 12s. So 12 and 24. So the first number that appears on both lists of multiples, the least common multiple for 8 and 12 would be 24. Greatest common factor, let's use the same numbers. Let's use 8 and 12. This is where you list the numbers that you multiply together to get 8 or to get 12. So 1 times 8, 2 times 4. And then for 12, it's 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. And the greatest common factor is the number that's the biggest that appears in both of these lists. So that's 4. And then the old distributive property / greatest common factor. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you an expression inside of parentheses. So for example, they're going to give you 24 plus 32 inside of parentheses. And they're going to ask you to come up with the greatest common factor, the GCF, and put that on the outside of the parentheses along with a simplified version of 24 plus 32 inside. All right, so the greatest common factor of 24 and 32. And if you wrote those out, okay? So on some of these, you might have to write them out. You know, you got 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Those are the factors of 24. And then for 32, you've got 1 and 32, 2 and 16, 4 and 8, and that's it. So which one is the biggest one that appears in both lists? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. That would be 8. So you would pull the 8 out and use that as your distributor, really. And then what would you multiply 8 by to get 24 and 32? Well, those numbers would be 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 times 4 is 32. So this is what you would actually type into the Khan Academy. It would be 8 parenthesis, 3 plus 4, close parenthesis. All right? Hopefully that helps. I'll see you on Thursday.